Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Cricket Coach. Today we're going through my Game Week 1 team selection. So I'm going to go through who I've picked, why I've picked them, who I haven't gone for, and maybe some other players that you might want to look at in your teams. So just straight from the off, we're going to look at the batters. We've got Yates, Jennings, and Carlson here. So starting from Yates, if I'm honest, I was going to go for Bellingham, but he was ruled out the day before the first game. So I've switched over to Yates. He's slightly cheaper. Bellingham is a bit of a loss. He was the highest scorer in 2024 in Division 1, but so it's a bit of a shame he's not playing. But Yates opening up for a good side against the newly promoted Sussex, who's got a good fixture as well. He averaged 39 last year with the bat, but he also got 16 wickets. So he provides, he's multifaceted, provides something with the ball as well, which is pretty important. He's got pretty high potential, I think, with both bat and ball. He can score centuries, he can pick up wickets, and he's at a good price too. That price sort of allows me to have a bit of money in the bank that I can work with, which is nice. I would have gone maybe to Carl Verena or Shan Masood as well. That's sort of who I was thinking here, but they're not playing in this first round. So maybe that's a move I make in the coming weeks when they arrive. Okay, Keaton Jennings. This is one of my favourite picks. I think this is a really core player in my team. He's into Division 2 this year. He scored over 1,000 runs at 46 last year in Division 1. He's just a run machine and he's consistent with picking them up. He's likely to thrive in this lower division and he's going to be really important in the Lancs title charge. I just think the fact that he picks up consistent runs, he'll pick up consistent points week after week. He's sort of a set and forget batsman in there. So to put him in, and by the end of the season, he'll be up and around the top of the runs charts and the points charts too. Kieran Carlson, again, could have been another player around the same price, but bats at 4 and bowls a decent amount for Glamorgan. He's a batter in the game, so it's kind of a bit of a steal that he's really an all-rounder, so there's sort of an added value there. Perhaps he's a little expensive. It does cost a little bit of money, but I'm sort of happy to move him sideways to maybe one of the players I mentioned earlier, depending on how he does. But I do think he could pick up a lot of points with the bat and ball, especially for his price. So I'm excited to see how he goes, hoping he goes well early in this season. Moving on, we've got the all-rounders here. So I've got 4 here. We've got Everson, Barnard, Higgins and Vaughan. A bit of a mix all round. They're all good players though. So starting off with Joey Everson. Again, if you watched my video yesterday, I mentioned he scored a double century for Kent in a warm-up game, as well as picking up a couple of wickets and some more runs in different games. So it's a bit of a form pick. I'm hoping he starts the season hard and starts the season well and picks up a lot of early season points. He averaged 37 with both the bat and the ball last season, and now he's in Division 2. We can maybe expect some higher numbers from him. I think he'll be a core player in that Kent team, really, and one that could really be essential to them, picking up a lot of runs and wickets, which then obviously transpond to points. So interested to see how he goes. I'm hoping he starts the season really hard and fast and I can get to the top of those rankings pretty quick. Moving on, Ed Barnard, a very, very good all-rounder who had a very good season last year. He got 840 runs and 25 wickets. He picks up consistent fantasy points. He bats at 6 for walks and potentially he's first change for them as well. So he's going to have a big game involvement, which means a big chance of points as well. The more they're involved in the game, the more they bat, the more they bowl, the more chance of points. I did originally had Dawson here, but I kind of got rid of him. And the reason really it was pretty simple. It was just the money. He was one of the most expensive players in the game, and I felt overall I'd get more points if I kind of spread the money out. And also maybe his spin would be less effective in the early season, even though he's a very, very good cricketer. And I'm not sure how he's not played for England, but I think maybe his spin might be a bit less effective, and actually a lot of money could be used elsewhere, or just to give me a bit of flexibility in the future. So I've not gone with Dawson, but I did go with Barnard. I think he's a great pick. I think he's going to go really well, so I'm excited to see that. Moving on to my favourite pick of the bunch, we got Ryan Higgins. He's captained. He's one of the very best fantasy cricketers. He bats at 5 and he's a first change bowler for Middlesex. He's a senior player with that team. He always gets runs and he always gets wickets, and he is consistently at the top of that points scoring list. He averaged 68 with the bat and 28 with the ball last season, which is absurd. And if he can do that again, or even close to that, there are big fantasy points on offer. I've captained him because it's a really high ceiling, but also, more importantly, I think it's quite a high floor. I think he has a bad game, he still gets 50 points. So I think that's quite important from a captain. You don't want a captain getting 2 points, doubling to four. Even if he does badly, he still gets 50, double to 100, and that's something. But he's also got a high ceiling, so really excited to see how he goes. And I think that's one of my favorite picks in this team. Finally, closing out the all rounders, we've got Archie Vaughan. To be honest, he's a bit of a value pick. He opens the batting and he's going to bowl probably a decent amount. They got Jack Leach in the team, but I can imagine he'll get some overs in with his spin for Somerset. But he's more importantly, he's only at 5.5 million. That is super cheap for someone who's going to open the batting and could bowl. It sort of enables other options as well, and he could even have a bigger breakout season than last year and really excel this year. He's a quality young talent, and I can see him doing very well this year. And I want to be a part of that. I think he'll be involved in the game lots, and just hoping for a quick start to the season, and he kind of gets into his process quickly, and I can pick up some early points from him. That would be great. Okay, finally, we've got the keeper and the bowlers. I've lumped them together here. So we'll start with my final batter of my team, the goalkeeper, the wicket keeper. We've got James Bracey. Again, another consistent pick. He scored over 1,000 runs at 61 last year in Division 2 and could well go on to do the same. He's a really, really good player. He had a chance for England. There's points on offer. He's a good wicket keeper too, so there's definitely points for dismissals as well. I thought about going Johnny Bairstow here, but I sort of want to see him play a couple of games first. I think he's quite a streaky player. And so if he's in form, I definitely will go there because Johnny Bairstow has a really high upside. But sort of just want to see a couple of games from him first to see if he's in that form. There's a lot of good wicketkeeper options. So maybe just see who starts the season strong and you can always switch over. But I think Bracey is a really good bet to start off and get some points. He will score runs. He just how many will he score? But there will definitely be some good scores in there. So hopefully that's points. All right, we've got the bowling. We've got Code. He was the highest wicket taker in Division 2 last year. He got 56 wickets at 16, which is insane. So it was pretty difficult not to pick him, to be honest with you. He's now in Division 1, but he's a class player, and I'm not sure he's going to struggle that much with that sort of jump up. He's a classic county seamer, and in April, it will just be good to watch, really. He's also got Hampshire in first game, a batting lineup without James Vince, and so maybe they're adjusting to that, and he could run through them, get some wickets. So I'm really looking forward to see how he goes in Division 1. Should be really good, but maybe he can replicate last season. I'd like that a lot, get some points there. Moving on, we've got Sam Cook. Again, hard not to pick. 43 wickets at 17 last season, and no sign of not doing that again. He's definitely got an England call up a little further in the summer, probably. And so, should get some good game time in before then. So I think he's a pretty safe pick. He's not going to get whisked away for England too quickly. But a really, really good player that could definitely thrive in this early season. It's not the Kookaburra ball, it's the Duke's ball. So as long as he doesn't get injured, there should be some definitely points there. I talked about him yesterday, so if you want to hear a bit more about Sam Cook, go check out yesterday's video. But enough said, really, on him. Closing out the bowlers, we got Fergus O'Neill, a very exciting pick, actually. Someone I'm really looking forward to watching bowling. He's an Aussie overseas player. He's playing for Notts. He averaged 20 in first-class cricket. He's just come off a very good Sheffield Shield for Victoria as well. And so I'm kind of hoping he just flows smoothly into English conditions and keeps going as he was. He also averages 21 with the bat. So there's definitely some all-rounder value in there. And I'm really looking forward to watching him bowl. I think he'll pick up wickets. I think he'll get lots of points. And yeah, I think he's definitely a good player to have in a fantasy team. And then finally with the bench, I've gone for Sutton, Weatherall, Sheikh and Noah Thin. I think all four are under 4.6 million and will start in the first 11. I've chosen to go for a bit more bowling coverage here. It's actually usually what gets rotated more. I've just tried to really go for the cheapest players that are most likely to play. It just allows me to have flexibility in future weeks. I mentioned yesterday in the video that there are blank game weeks coming up. Some teams will not play in between game weeks 4 and 6. So having this bench cover, having people that will play that can sub in for them will be really helpful. Also, having them super cheap gives me 1.5 million in the bank with this team, and that'll be for future moves, and that's more flexibility there too. It's a long season, got to stay open to changes and transfers and things. So that's my team. Overall, I think I just try to go with people who provide a bit of value with both ball and bat. I've got lots of bench cover, but I've gone cheap on the bench. So the funds are largely placed on the big players and sort of sharing that around the team. Um, it's a little bit templatey. There's no crazy exciting players or really low owned picks, but I think starting off the season with consistency and a bit of guarantee of points, and then maybe trying to move up those rankings with the differentials later on is a good idea. So yeah, this is my team. I hope they're going to go really well. I'm excited to watch them. They're all exciting players, and I think they're just really good fantasy options. In this cricket draft season. So we'll see how they go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys after the first game week. Good luck with your teams. Let me know how it goes.